Hi Libra, happy Taurus season, or happy whenever you arrive. Excuse the odd angle. There's a puppy here playing, and puppies are puppies, and it knocked over my camera, and luckily it didn't break the camera, but it broke this little piece, but it wasn't a big deal, and it can totally be fixed. It's not a big deal. Now, Libra, yes. So before we begin, and thank you for being here. Before we begin, I'd like to mention, and I hope that she doesn't mind, I feel like, let me preface a little bit, and I'm in my bathing suit, by the way, because it's also my buddy's birthday, and I made him like a pool party and hung balloons from the trees. So, but anyway, so, I'm the kind of person where if something is said in a public space, like to a group of people so that multiple people can hear it, then it's public information, right? If it is a one-on-one situation, then that is private, right? There's this difference between private and public. But because something was said in a public sense, I'd like to extend a little bit of extra love. So there's this beautiful woman that is a part of the Opal Oracle and has been for a very long time. She's such a wonderful support here. She is one of our elders too. Very sacred elder. Very sacred woman, magic woman. So her name is Mona. M-O-N-A, Mona. And I love you, Mona. And because you're such a beautiful healer, Libra, yes, and how much you can make other people feel better, like just giving a little love where someone's having a hard time, right? Could we all just send Mona a hug and maybe some love and energy and like good love and healing energy, right? Just for a second. Just send it to sweet Mona. Okay, Libra, let's do a little shuffle. Let's do a little shuffle, Libra. And I'll show you the pool with the balloons, too. It's really cute. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Libra, let's see what's going on with, let's look at you first and foremost, right? You are important. I know you find other people very important and put a lot of emphasis there. That's good and fine. But we've talked about it before. You're the most of service and help to others when you first and foremost help yourself, right? You know what you need, and when you're giving too much, and when you need to rest, and, things like this. So let's see, Libra. Is it that one? Yeah. Okay. 7 of Cups. So maybe you have some questions about things. Now, I know sometimes you love options, right? We've talked about this before, Libra, and everyone has Libra in their chart, but if you are a Sun Libra or something of a personal star, right, Venus, Moon, etc., this means that you actually have a lot of options all of the time, and that is amazing, right? It's actually really blessed that you have so many options. So if there is anything that you're like, well, I don't know about that, or it seems a little confusing, try to look at it positively, right? Try to put your mind at ease. If there is any worry, maybe you need to remind yourself that you are safe and loved and protected. With 7 of Cups, to me, this isn't necessarily ultimately making a decision right now, but you do have to trust yourself in the way that you feel. Okay? Again, if you are tired, sleep. If you are If someone's getting, if you're hanging around with somebody and they're getting under your skin, or you don't trust what somebody says, or whatever, then just realize that you don't have to choose right now about something, but you do have, and Pisces reading was many options. I feel like astrologically, as this is a collective space, their reading could also be helpful for you if you're going through whatever you're going through emotionally also. And you, as this is a 7, is always connected to other people, right? Remember, sometimes your confusion, sometimes your indecision is not because you don't know what to do or what you want. It's that you're trying to make sure that it's good for everybody else. And that is one of the biggest lessons of your life, probably, is figuring out what you want. And we'll leave it like that. Let's see what's going on with other people, because I know that obviously affects you deeply. Is it that one? This one? Yes. Other people. King of Swords. Okay? Well, maybe some other people have some good advice for you, right? You give great advice. Right? For instance, this is usually you, right? Giving advice to somebody else. And you can do that. You got a great mind. You're so smart, right? So smart. You can say to someone, hey, someone else is confused, and you're like, oh my goodness, you could do this, you could do that. What a wonderful opportunity. You know, like, well, if you do this, then that happens. If you do that, then this happens. Like, you can see all the parts, right? But sometimes seeing forest for the trees, oh my God, we're talking way too fast. The moon's in Gemini right now. And sidereal and tropical. So let's slow down a second. Remember, again, that your magic is very powerful. Oh, the baby next door is crying. You know, you're so strong all the time, Libra. For everybody else. And that's very nice. And so, who is it in your life that helps you to make decisions? Maybe it would be wise of you to receive some sort of counsel. Cat, psst, do not fuck with that baby bird. Just a second. Hey, psst, no. Hey, cat, fuck you. You hear me? Come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. Cat, get over here right now. Dad, you leave the baby bird alone. Get over here. Come here. You want food? Wait, Libra. No, you stay there. Hey, cat. Look, I'll yeah. See, you want something to not do something, then you give it what it wants. Come here. Come on, little shit. That doesn't always work, though. Whatever we just said there, I feel like that worked for that situation, but it's not going to work for every situation. Right? Because what did I just do there? We were trying to protect the weak thing. Now the energy was there to be able to do it. Cool. But where is it when you're the baby bird? And I heard the stress of the cat is trying to get you. Maybe the cat is kind of like fear. Who puts your mind at ease, Libra? Who put your mind at ease? Hey, don't steal that food, Jimmy. So, and if for some reason you can't find counsel in a physical way, because this is a sword, maybe this is someone you can just call on the phone. Or maybe this is you reach out with an email. Or you find the information on the internet, right? Something will come to you to help you to understand something more. Now, I would say King of Swords sometimes is a sharp tongue, so if anybody is, but although he's very reserved, so there could be some people in your life that, I don't know, says something sharp. Don't take it personal. Okay, we'll leave that like that. I do feel like other people make the, oh, that's it. Oh, I see. You've been cracking me up the last few months. Thank you. We need that humor, right? Remember, Libra. Remember the time. Cat, pss, 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 you fucking shit. Watch. I just fed it, and now it's going to go right back to that baby. Cat, come here. It's okay, Jimmy. It's okay. No, I'm shaking it so that in case it goes try to run. Remember that other people are in charge of their own decisions. Sometimes you have to let people make a fool of themselves. Do I have mascara under my face? Under my eye? Sometimes you have to allow other people to make their own decisions, to make a fool of themselves, to learn the lesson. That's how you learned it, right? People are stubborn, so just remember that. And maybe when it comes to other people, if this is you, if we're going to take this as your energy, then you just sit back and observe. You know, you probably already said all the things that you needed to say. If there is any conflict, sometimes the King of Swords can represent that. But this could also be where, I heard this is like a second, could be a second opinion for some of you, right? Like, okay, one person says this, one person says that, and then maybe for sometimes that could bring more confusion, but I also see it's nice to know what your options are. Let's look at the changes you're going through. I heard pay attention to your body. This one? Yes. Oh, okay. So maybe some of you, there's changes with family. This kitty corner is your work, but I feel like these would be positive changes with this Ten of Pentacles. Positive changes. I keep seeing that. Positive changes. So, so you don't actually have to give. You stay close, Kitty Cat. You know what you need to do in relation, whatever's going on with changes. Yeah. Psst. Good. I feel like these baby birds just were born. Oh, look at that. 10 of Cups on the bottom with the 3 of Pentacles. So if there's any, maybe this is some positive changes in relation to family. If you need any support in the changes that you're going through, then you have them. Maybe some of you change your, if you have a will, maybe you decide to change your will or to update something that not only affects you, but also affects other people. But again, I see positive changes. Okay. You are also allowed to have a different opinion than everybody else in your family. Okay? You don't, not that you're meant to argue or anything, but like, you're allowed to have a different opinion. Even at work, you know, whatever, let's see what's going on with work. We'll keep moving. Let's look at work or your career, however, whatever you're working on, or your job. Okay, 9 of Wands. So some of you have been working too hard, and you need to readjust your energy a little bit to be the most productive. He's looking right over at other people So in ways of a job, maybe some of you just want to put your head, like keep your lip buttoned at work. If you say you work with other people, or say your boss says something kind of like, remember, say your boss like is having a hard, says something sharp, or someone says something, I heard stupid. I know it's a little judgy, but something that gets under your skin. You know what I mean? You're like, are they talking about me? You know, like this kind of thing. Don't take it personal. Didn't we talk about that before? Don't take it personal. They get their own stuff going on. Okay? You definitely could be, again, maybe you need to have, some of you maybe need to have a little bit more faith about your job. Say, for instance, we just did a career reading on Patreon, and I'm picking up on the same kind of energy where it's kind of like, you know, if you're having a hard time with motivation with something, again, you may need to have a different conversation about when you go in. You know, instead of being like, oh, I don't want to do this. Or like, oh, I don't have the energy to do this. Again, what did we talk about? Basic stuff. Your diet, your sleeping pattern, who you're hanging out with. Maybe some of you need to disengage, right? We talked about that. Is your family getting involved in your business? You know, whatever. But also having a better conversation about it where you're like, okay, wait, this pays me. Hey, real King of Swords, like logic, right? For instance, some of you may have a job that you love, but you're just you may feel a little burnt out in this time. Others of you, it may be, you've decided like, oh, well, you know, my heart really isn't in this, but it's also like being practical, like, hey, this pays the bills, right? Like, I'm covered, right? You got just a kind of small appreciation, different self-talk, more positive communication about more positive communication. And remember that work, to me, this external, we talked about this in the very beginning, private, public, right? Sometimes the public world of work could be totally awesome, but if it's like funky, then it's usually because of something personal. Personal can be messed up because of whatever, like there's a overlap, right? So I heard again, more positive communication. Let's see about your spiritual development. Ooh, Page of Wands. Oh, that could be something too with what you're working on. Some of you could be where you just got out of the 8th house. Pisces will have a message for you. So maybe some of you worked through a big lesson, or you've been working through a big lesson in yourself, spiritual lesson, energetic lesson, how you interact with other people, about your own energy, right? Well, I guess you will find the energy that you were looking for. What's he looking at? Just a second. Stay close, baby. Oh, honey bunny. So he's looking up at all of those people in your spiritual lessons. We have fire, earth, and air. These must be important people that have taught you lessons or teaching you lessons. This is also when you were young, when you were younger. Okay, this is your spiritual development, and I heard the question, oh, how did you do that? You know, I guess remember that wired, you are a child of God, and you are safe and loved and protected. Sometimes you overly protect yourself where you don't have to, and sometimes you're wide open. So remember, life is kind of like the chakra system. It's like, you know, for instance, when you're really open to learning, right? You're taking in all this information. Well, that's cool. It's really wide open. But once you absorb enough, then you close it, right? It's like everything has, oh, time for bed, right? You got to turn off the lights. You got to close all the doors, shut things down, right? Give yourself some time. 2020, right? Hindsight's 2020, Libra. And then you wake up in the morning, and maybe some of you want to just start your day a little bit with, well, I heard with better prayer. Or maybe you just want to start your day with going outside and looking to the sky and looking to life and being like, again, maybe some positive affirmations like, today's going to be great. I heard I'm going to do the best that I can today. God hears you. That's heard. I heard the word is heard. The word is heard. Remember that the word is love, and the name of that game is freedom. Right? If there are any big changes going on with family or with people that you care about or even yourself, I see that Sagittarius will have a message. You could go to Sagittarius's reading this month will be like an extension reading for you. I also see that some of you, how am I seeing these cards? Just a minute. I was looking at them in a reflection. I want to look at them directly. Well, I keep seeing it like God hears you. So say if there is anything going on with your family or home, it's like, I heard God help me. God help us all. Right? Maybe some of you, some spiritual, some family counseling could be good. Or this is also like a really beautiful relationship, you know? Maybe some of you just want, it's something simple like, oh man, you wake up in the morning and you're like, thank you for this day. And at night it's like, thank you for this house, thank you for this bed, thank you for this body, right? We're such a mental being, especially now, right? All the humans want to like learn and talk about what we know, and it's so mental. But some of the most simplest things like running water, you know, I heard a stranger's smile, little things. Okay. You know what? If people don't like what you have to say, Libra, say you, again, with other people, this is you, and you speak your mind and you're like, yeah, I want to do that, or no, I don't want to do that. Doesn't matter. Everybody else in the world could be saying something like this, right? What did we say earlier? Like, oh, your family says this, you're different. And other people, for instance, like, well, remember, you, what am I seeing? Being honest is not mean. I mean, can you say things in different ways? Yes. Yes, you can. But if the intention behind it is honesty and trying to reach this place of clarity, then it doesn't matter what other people think. Maybe that's just a part of it. Is during this time you have to be in a position where you're like, well, I heard if someone else gets butthurt about something, que sera. You know, because each of us are in control of our own life. Oh my gosh, it's like sunny and thundering. Huh. Remember, please, you have to let, I feel like this is other people in your life. It actually goes like this. Okay. If there is a problem in your life in relation to you, you have the answer. If you don't, or you can't seem to find the answer because you're too confused, we're rolling back around. Then that answer or some sort of advice is available to you. In relation to other people, right now, you have to fix either your own problems, focus on, I know it's hard, but sometimes you have to literally focus on yourself to make sure that things are healthy. Right? Because after this night comes the Queen of Swords, which is good mental space in you. Right? And again, sometimes in relation to other people, you have to let them make their own mistakes. If they're on that path or they're on their trip, it could be your own child. You know, it's like you gotta let people learn their own lessons, Libra. And I know you want to help so much. You don't want anybody to be hurt, right? You're like, dun, 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 to the rescue. I'll help you. It's like, no, you got to help yourself. And maybe for some of you, you need to take care of and really figure out who's on your team, right? Where are your healthy relationships, right? Because didn't we talk about this last month? If you always helping everybody else, then who the F helps you? Something to think about. Right? Because you need help too. Yes, you do. And loving too. Yes. Because you know what? We all have happy days and sad days. And sometimes a kind word is really helpful. And I know you're usually the one to give it, but don't forget that you also need that too. And the people in your life that cannot give you that, especially when you finally say, like, hey, I'm having a hard time, which is really difficult for Libra. You're exalted in Saturn. You're going to hold it all together until it gets to the point where it's a breaking point, right? And then you're finally like, I'm really hurt. If someone doesn't console you or help you or whatever, give you, then see ya. Because that's what self-love is. That's what having power in yourself and those good boundaries, right? I heard don't hide how you feel. And I also see don't let anybody emotionally manipulate you either, Libra. Nope, you speak your mind. And sometimes remember that the best way for you to pass the test is to step back, disengage, right? Understand la resistance, and find who's really on your team. Okay? I know you have a great Sagittarius will be helpful. That Sagittarius Gemini axis will be helpful. Okay? Yes. And I do see again, if the energy, wherever the energy is low, you'll get your energy back. Maybe you're recalibrating something. Yes. And remember, positive talk, right? You want to talk positively when you wake up in the morning or about whatever you're going through, you know, because everybody's going through something. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Everybody's got sorrow they got to deal with or hard days, you know. And I guess that's a test to be like, well, when you finally express it, who's really there for you, right? And again, I heard if they ain't, let's see. Well, then please disengage. Because you're not supposed to be the only one turning the wheel. You know, if you're putting in all the effort, Libra, no. I heard get gone. Nope. No way. No way. And I heard you again. I see again. God, why? Yeah. I see God loves you. You are loved. You are safe and loved and protected. Let's go look at the pool with the balloons because it's really hilarious. I think Zumi's inside. Are you in here, baby? Zumi? Zumi? Okay, you stay right there. I'll be right back. Hold on. Ooh. Let's look at it. I'm gonna go for a little walk. Dun, 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 dun. See the wild lettuce? This one? It's okay, babies. It's really, really good for arthritis. Any aches and pains. It's a pain reliever too, but it's not addictive. Okay, you ready? It's pretty cute. Although I do have wood piles here, so it probably looks a little janky, but look at all the balloons I hung up. Can you see? Dun dun dun. There's the pool. Dun 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 dun. I just thought it was so cute. And you know what's interesting is I was trying to set up this pool and do something nice for somebody else, and it was so frustrating, and I had to be like, God, please help me. Some of them lost their, oh shit, can you see the little, where are they? See those two little suckers? They lost all their air. That's okay. Oh, one fell down. Oh, I just kicked water up my back. Should hang this one up. Well, I love you so much, Libra. Thank you for being a part of this life. I know sometimes the messages come out so strong here. And I guess I have Mercury in Scorpio, which is kind of like intense talking, or talking about intense things, but it's just who I am. And I'm really grateful that I finally figured out how to find my voice. You know what I mean? And not be afraid of what other people think, Because I guess when you stop judging yourself, you stop worrying about whether other people judge you, I mean, should you be conscientious of how that is, when that is? Sure, you can be aware in the moment of how you want it to be, but I really feel like Libra always has such a nicety to you, and so thank you for being a nice, loving, sweet person. And remember all that love that you give to the world and help other people to figure out things. Yeah, maybe you want to just check in again, like, who helps you? Because you're always so strong, right? It's a good question. Because then you'll really figure out who supports you. Pisces will definitely have a message for you. Okay. I love you so much. Please take care. Thank you for all your support. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention anybody else because I only recently decided. But I have some creative projects going on in relation to Opal Oracle. And I'm figuring out where to put my energy to. And thank you for the lesson. So I'm not going to be doing personal readings for a little while. This is May when I'm saying this. Hi, Spidey. Yeah, because I want to put my, again, energy, because where you put your energy is where things grow. So I'm not doing any personal readings, but Patreon is available. Been doing more astrology classes there and things like that. But I do thank you for being a part of this space and however we connect. Now or in the past or in the future. Thank you. Thank you for being so strong. And please realize I heard where you put too much on your plate. Okay? Or again, because I'm seeing this where like the hermit's like, this is you being like, hey, like you know you're doing that the hard way, you're doing it wrong. But again, please let other people work out their own lessons. Everybody has to learn things the hard way sometimes, right? Because you could give somebody the best advice sometimes, and you know, some people, everybody's stubborn until they figure out how to have more faith in themselves, right? To want to change and to put in that work and to admit their own humility about that they don't know things, and to complete their own cycles and have to go through their sadness and admit where they're lying to themselves or where they're depressed or whatever, their mother issues or etc. Okay, right? Just like you. I love you so much. I do feel like between now to, little side note, between now and probably Cancer season, or whenever you find this, it's like a 2-month period. Please pay attention to your body. Pay attention to what you're eating, when you're sleeping. I know this seems super basic, but we totally forget about that as humans now. Right? We're always on the move. Always, everything's so fast now. It's like, just slow it down and find your own, because you're finding your rhythm, Libra. So you can sustain yourself. Didn't we talk about this? From now until September, right? If you do that, backtrack a little, disengage in the right ways, right? Not absolutely, just when necessary, then you're going to have the energy to do what you need to do, which will help you make more successful decisions, okay? And keep you out of keep you out of drama or stress, okay? Yep. I love you so much. Please take care. I'll talk to you next time. Peace out.